EGM Network.
Welcome back to Classic Car Radio. We're going to do a little auto history for you now. But first, real quickly, Willow Springs Raceway out in California was just recently shut down, but it's been saved now. New owners announced big plans and a bright future for the historic track. It was sold to a private equity group, and now we know its fate, they said on hotrod.com. And after the loss of Irvindale Speedway out that way, other tracks across the country, those who love racing had good reason to feel down. But now that Willow Springs Raceway has been purchased and they have great plans for it, we're going to see Willow Springs revived again. So I don't know much about Willow Springs. I think it's more of an oval. It's not a drag race.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or anything.
I don't know.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, it says fastest road in the West. So
yeah,
maybe it's a road
track.
course.
Yeah, it's a track, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it, but, you know, when you hear about them shutting down.
What's that, Steve?
I wonder if it's the same people that bought like the old
Palm
Moroso and
Beach?
stuff, and then that. Yeah, because this would be they bought 3 other tracks, so
Oh, did they?
why not?
You mean Palm Beach International down there?
Yeah, and they did one in Georgia, right? They bought the track in Georgia.
And I think their original one started in, it was either Carolina or the Texas.
I mean, it's getting really tough for these the car guys, because there's no place to race anymore. They're closing all, and then they build condos next to the racetrack, and then the condo association gets all pissed off.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
See, I'd love to go there right there.
And a lot of those tracks took a big hit. They took a big hit when they did
that's gonna be up
COVID.
Midwest though.
COVID hurt them. So
that's in the middle of nowhere. Look at that thing.
Yeah, because look at the mountain.
Oh yeah,
man.
It's California.
Yeah.
Oh, is it California?
Yeah.
That's why I figured Midwest, because it's just showing someone that had like some downhill swoops in the corners.
Yeah. All right, as long as the tracks don't start closing, you got to keep these tracks open.
That's right. Yeah. Keep the sport and the hobby alive.
All right.
All right. Anyway, this week in auto history, April 13th, 2009 was a very sad day, and we bring this up every year. Former Major League Baseball all-star pitcher Mark the Bird Fidrich is found dead at the age of 54 following an accident at his Massachusetts farm involving a Mack truck he was working on. Fidrich was a 1976 American League Rookie of the Year, but he suffocated when his clothes got caught in the shaft of the PTO, power takeoff. So he wrapped his shirt around it, and it kept pulling him in, and he was probably struggling to get out of it. And that thing's so powerful, it's probably a bigger truck. It's a farm, you know.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, the New York Times Wheels blog referenced a report from the National Highway Traffic Association that non-crash fatalities, including in the report, at least back in 2007, 168 people were killed by falling vehicles. This is why you have to have, you know, not just jack it up, but have jack stands underneath that car.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, hell, jack stands ain't this safety out there. They've had so many recalls on them things lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't get them from, like, Harbor Freight either. You don't get them at Harbor Freight.
Yeah, but they're all made by the same company.
Are they really?
Yeah, because, like, I won't mention the tool truck I got it on, but that's what broke off on my ProCharge truck one night when I was working into my truck that someone left me underneath. Yeah, the weld broke on the thing, and the truck slammed down to the ground.
Wow.
And the only thing that saved me was I was working in the garage, so it was kind of small. I had the tires shoved underneath the truck.
Underneath the truck, yeah.
So the truck fell on the tires.
Well, the tires,
it crushed the brand new Walpro fuel pump I put in it and everything.
Oh, gee whiz.
Yeah, they're working on the cars are tough, man. I was working on the car, on Tuesday on the Pontiac, and it's just being underneath the car. You don't work on a car by yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Always have somebody there with you.
You better. If you're getting underneath it, at least up top, you're okay.
Yeah.
And that was a Cornwell.
That was a Cornwell.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say
jack
it,
stand, but
that was Cornwell, but it was the same people that make the ones from Harbor Freight.
Right.
So more than 10,000 people were injured in hoist or jack incidents, while Fidrich's death did not seem to involve a jack. It was still a non-crash fatality that probably could have been prevented. About 29% of the 168 of the non-crash fatalities involve people who were pinned or trapped under vehicles. So you really got to be careful when you get under a car, man. I mean, I always was kind of antsy when I had to do a clutch on my GTO.
Right.
Oh, man, I want to have it done for the next day. So I was going to work the next day. It was freezing cold, windy. It was like, there was like 20 degrees out, and I'm underneath with a drop light. And it was so scary, you know. Just
it's tough, you know.
Trying to put a transmission back in.
Yeah, because you don't know whether the jack stands are good. You know,
right.
It's just it's hard. The ramp, because the guys are still. I still have a set of ramps that I use. You know.
Yeah, I saw those. Yeah.
So it's just hard. You know, you're underneath the car, and you can't do stuff by yourself. Always have somebody with you.
You got to have someone. Yep. All right, so then April 15, 1912, many of us know what happened then. The Titanic sank on her maiden voyage after striking an iceberg. Of the 2,224 passengers and crew, only 705 survived. And I bring that up every year because it's very, very important.
Yeah, it's because she wouldn't share the door with Jack.
It has nothing to do with cars. Unless there were cars on board that were being brought over, Rolls Royces and everything.
Right.
So, yeah, let's see. April 16, 1946, Swiss-born race car driver and automobile designer Arthur Chevrolet dies in Slidell, Louisiana, suffering from depression. He committed suicide by hanging in 1946, only 9 days shy of his 62nd birthday. Now, this is a guy who founded Chevrolet.
Yeah.
The whole unit, the whole division is named after him, and he suffered from depression and hung himself.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
That doesn't. Depression's a tough thing to have.
1946. And that's when they were making all kinds of military stuff. They probably made a ton of money. But he might have been booted out of Chevrolet, kind of like some of these guys did, you know, like.
Yeah, but depression, I mean, I've had two friends off themselves from it, and you wouldn't think they were depressed at all. And then look at Robert Williams.
Robin Williams, yeah.
Right, true.
Perfect example. I mean, the guy was funny as hell. And
yeah, that's true.
Had the demons.
That's
you get those demons and forget it.
That's how both my friends were that did it. They were the life of the party.
Yeah.
Wow. So also on April 16th, 1908, the first Oakland car was sold. And I always say, Mike, what was an Oakland?
I don't know, Pontiac.
It was a Pontiac. So there you go. There's your Pontiac.
I remember that.
Pontiac Oakland Club of America is a POCI. POCI. Pontiac Oakland. What is it? Pontiac Oakland. Oh, they're going to kill me, the Pontiac guys that listen to the show. But anyway, the Pontiac Oakland of not of America, International. That's what it is.
Gotcha.
Cars International. So anyway, the Oakland was before it was Pontiac, it was called Oakland. That's pretty simple.
Right.
Not sure what year it switched over, though. I should check that out. I should know that stuff. April 17, 1964, the first Mustang was unveiled at the New York World's Fair.
Yep.
Yep, and it was a, what'd they call it? Something white. Wilmington.
Wilmington white?
Wimbledon white. I think it was Wimbledon.
Oh, yeah?
Boy, are we messing up today. I think
It might be,
He's having all kinds of Biden moments over there.
There's other things over there going on.
Put the mic in front of him, he's starstruck. And he's, what?
I'm pretty sure it was something, it began with a W. So, April 18th, 1955, Lincoln becomes a separate division of Ford.
Right.
Yeah, and they still make them, but you don't see too many out there. And finally, April 19th, 1955, this is not an American car, but Volkswagen of America is founded in Englewood Cliffs, New Jersey. So it became an American car, basically Volkswagen of America, right? So,
right.
Yeah. So there's your history. Anything else happen on those days?
No.
There was a few more I could have put in there, but they were all foreign car stuff, and I don't like doing that anymore.
Yeah. And I just read the story about the lady with the first Mustang.
Okay.
How she got it. And it says unveiled at the New York World's Fair.
Right.
But this lady had gotten it because she went into the dealer. And the guy said, hey, I got a car in the back I'm not allowed to sell till Tuesday. And
Really?
she went back there, and she was the first lady that got the Mustang.
Wow.
Yeah. And
wow.
So it was already introduced because people seen it driving around the town that she was in and was like, what the heck kind of car is that?
Yeah, you see they're bringing the Buick Grand National back now?
No. Are they? Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to release, I think it's 250 or 500 of them or something.
And it's going to have the namesake of Buick on it?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
It's all going to be the same thing on the Camaro platform.
What do you got?
All right, so I'm not that Biden at all. It was called Wimbledon White.
Wimbledon White. There you go.
There you go. I guess I recalled that correctly. But what's my name? I don't know. What's my middle name? I
All
don't
you had
know.
to do is ask me. Wimbledon White.
Wimbledon White.
Wimbledon White.
Yeah, we're doing a Mustang in that.
Oh.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, me and Keith saw a Mustang coming here today. It looked really nice. Nice
Very
looking car, yeah.
65, I think. Pretty sure. Notchback.
With the maroon. It was a nice looking car.
Very nice.
Yeah, what else you got? Tech talk you got going on?
We got some tech talk and we got some time. We'll do one. We'll hit the break. So Rich up in Grant says, guys, they have a new floor welded into the trunk.
Did we skip somebody?
Oh, yeah, we did.
I got Gary in Port St. Lucie.
Let's do Gary then, because he might have been waiting. Steve, last week I was down helping a friend paint his fenders for his 69 Buick GS. We used a 2-stage system of base clear. The base non-metallic jet black went on quite nicely. The proper instructions were followed as we applied approximately 3 coats with a dry time of 15 minutes between coats. The surface texture was quite coarse, but we went ahead and applied clear on one fender, and that's when the issues arose. We had to apply a lot of coats, 4 to 5, and it still had a very coarse texture. Was this due to not wet sanding before in the base coat? All the proper water trap filters were in place, so no moisture was an issue. And then I heard some guys will wet sand the base before laying down the clear, and others say don't. So what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that too, but like this could be gun pressure or like the wrong size tip of the gun too will cause texture, or sometimes like if they don't finish it enough. Like I've had guys, one of my previous painters I had, he would seal it, but he wouldn't have the proper tip, so it would come out kind of blotchy, and then you'd have to go in and sand the sealer down, otherwise it does that. But yeah, it could be in the tip or wasn't sanded down smooth enough.
What do you do? Do you wet sand?
I have seen some cars like when they go into car shows, and a lot of times like because you'll get a little piece of dirt here and there. So like a lot of these, I've seen concourse builds where they want that stuff, and they'll actually do that in the middle of it.
Right.
With certain paint, you can do that. Like you can't do that with water and all that stuff. But water-based paint, you can actually go in there and take like 2,000 if you got a little nib, and you can sand it out real quick and then dust a little color back in, and you're good to go. Oh, good. Okay. But yeah, I've seen that. Or they'll take some of the super fine Scotch-Brite pads and they'll go in the middle of it and make sure there's nothing there. That sounds even more being careful. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's hit the break. And
go ahead. No, you got to go on break.
We're at 13 minutes, so we go on break and we'll come back. Do a little more tech talk for you. Mike will tell us about any more car shows coming up. Okay.
Before she was a legend, she was just a girl with a dream. Beautiful. The Carole King musical tells the incredible true story of a young songwriter who found her voice and changed music forever. The passion and the triumph of a woman who shaped a generation. Don't miss Beautiful, the feel-good musical, now playing at Vero's beautiful Riverside Theater. Get your best tickets now at the box office or riversidetheater.com.
Bar out! It's Downtown Disco, presented by GHO Homes. Boogie on over to downtown Vero Beach for this fab-free street party with live music by Soul Time, plus kids games, beer, food trucks, and prizes. Don't be a jive turkey. Be ready to groove from 6 to 9. You dig? Admission is free. Sponsored by GHO Homes, Sandpiper Pest Control, and Millennium Cremation Service. It's Downtown Disco, a Main Street Vero Beach event. Friday, April 25th at 6 p.m. in downtown Vero Beach.
Mini golf means max fun. Sunset Rotary Club presents Just Putzin' Around, sponsored by Millennium Cremation Service. Dinner served, prizes awarded, all for charity. Just Putzin' Around, Thursday, May 1st at Big Shots. Call 610-301-4879.
Evergreen Media is your go-to for podcasting. Business owners, boost your brand by educating clients with your own show. Just show up. We handle everything else. Get your custom video podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and more. Start today at egreenmedia.com.
When the check engine light comes on, turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Time for an oil change? Turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. brake work, alignments, maintenance, and more, turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach, your certified service center specializing in alignments, repairs, oil changes, radiators, brakes, even auto electric repair. Just east of US 1 at 1212 23rd Street, Vero Beach. Turn to the local mechanics you can trust. Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach.
Welcome back to Car Classic Radio.
Classic car radio.
Yeah, Classic Car Radio. Yeah, boy, I was thinking about we needed to introduce ourselves again. We didn't do that in the second half. So I'm here with Mike Carano, Steve Charbonneau, I'm Keith McDonald. We're back on WAXE 107.9 FM and 1370 AM. And we do a car show every week. It's on Saturdays at 2 o'clock on
2 to
those
3
channels. And sometimes on Sundays.
On the Patriot.
On the Patriot Radio.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, Rich in Grant says, guys, I have a new floor welded into the trunk of my 71 Chevelle. I'm not set up with a spray gun, so spray painting is out. That leaves Eastwood spatter paint, which you have to clear coat when you're done. I've done that. I did that on my GTO, by the way. Or you can use GMC. GM has AC Delco reconditioning paint, which I believe doesn't need clear. My plan is to wipe it down, use a self-etching primer, AC Delco spatter paint. Ultimately, I'd like to put a repro herringbone matte down too. I'm just wondering which process works the best. I don't know. When I did that clear over, they send you the kit from Eastwood. You get the spatter paint, and then you get they give you a can of clear too, a big can, so you can do the whole thing. And you don't have to make it all shiny. It doesn't have to be super high.
Well, and then you're going to put a mat
protected.
He's going to put a mat.
Well, he's going to put that houndstooth mat, herringbone they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what they all had too. They had that vinyl.
That look
on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things like he said. You can do like Raptor sells the bed liner now in the cans. They also sell an under the car protectant. It's like the bed liner, but it's not as hard. It's like a hard undercoating. That stuff works good too, and it comes in free cans that are full. Or you can buy the kit, and it comes with the cartridge can, and then it has the spray in it. As long as you have a compressor, you can spray it.
Right. Okay.
That works too.
But if he's trying to be authentic, if he's trying to restore the car to original, wouldn't he have to use that?
Yeah,
spatter,
if you're going to do the spatter.
Yeah.
To me, if you're going to put down a mat, I'd just paint with the POR 15.
Yeah.
And just put it down. That's
you can do that too, because they sell that. You can roll it, brush it.
You can roll it, brush it. It comes comes in different colors now, right? You get black, you get red, you can get all sorts of colors.
Yeah. Great.
That's why I wasn't sure, because I wasn't sure if he's going for the original look too, because you can do the same thing with the Raptor liner. You can tint it to any color you want and all that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So try that.
There you go.
And it depends on which way you want to do it. That's all.
Right. Good luck with that car, by the way, 71 Chevelle.
Yep.
Mitch from the internet says, I'm debating throwing a shift kit into my 70 Z28. I don't know if it's worth the money, so that is why I'm asking how much faster shifts down the quarter mile will improve my car's performance. What would you recommend for a kit? So is that going to help them out? Go over the shift kit?
Let's just do harder shifts. It's really not going to...
It's harder shifts, but like some cars, one of the cars I used to have is before it shifts, it kind of just drags it out and kind of lunges into gear, lags into gear.
Yeah.
So something like that, yeah, but it's not really going to make a huge difference in performance. But yeah, it's quicker, firmer shifts. If you got one of those transmissions that drags it out, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna just do the shift kit, because really, what's the shift kit? You just putting a different gasket on and moving the ball bearings around.
Yeah, and you got little check valves.
That's pretty much all you're doing.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't really care about the super hard shifting, you can just do a shift improver kit. It doesn't hit as hard as the shift kits. But some people want that little chirp in second gear.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is an older answer I found, and it was from 2018 or something. It said, go with the TransGo shifter. Performance shifter.
Gotcha.
Shift kit, the TransGo. That's what it was recommended. But that was years ago. Who knows if they're even around? But that's what I found on the internet when I looked up for an answer for him.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do just a shift kit, you gotta do some more work to the transmission. You gotta hope that the transmission holds the power that you.
Yeah, you gotta freshen that up too, right?
You gotta do both.
Now, the shift kit he's talking about, is this for automatic?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, okay.
It's probably turbo 350 or 400.
Yeah, turbo 350.
I see. Okay.
And like I said, the shift kit, all it is the gasket, and you move the ball bearings around that's inside it. It's nothing really.
Yeah.
You'll get a harder shift, but it's not going to improve your performance or anything.
Yeah, mine always, my 442 is an automatic in 455 with a TH350, and it would always just kind of slide into the next gear.
Yeah, that's where the shift kit. Yeah,
that's where the shift kit.
And I didn't like that.
Yeah, because the one I put in my Chevelle, I mean, when I hit second gear, when that second gear hit, I was chirping the tires, and then I chirp again in the third gear.
I could do that with the 442 also, but I'd have to have it really, 3,500 blasting out, keeping the pedal to the metal almost, and watching that tack, of course. I didn't want to blow up a 455 with a fiberglass hood.
If you're going to do all that, then you might as well just get a stall speed and you got to do the whole tranny. Don't just put in a shift kit.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got for time? Plenty. Okay.
Yep.
Todd or Steve? I just ordered a complete Hyperspark system for my Holley sniper kit. This allows total control of spark and fuel from either the Holley EFI software or the handheld controller. Have you tried this setup with a sniper before?
I have.
Have you? Awesome.
Yeah, we just did it in the 67 Camaro.
All right. And what does it do?
It's just you have a different spark system for the coil and ignition system that runs off with the distributor. Everything works together as one.
Okay.
Awesome.
And it comes what that sniper comes with, like he's talking about a hand control, and what do you do? Just adjust everything as you're driving? Or does it learn by itself?
It learns to itself by a point.
Okay.
And that's about it. The rest, you still want to have them tuned, get them dyno tuned, and you'll see the tremendous difference. You'll see the full potential it has.
Oh, yeah, definitely have it dyno tuned after you do that.
Yeah.
So we got about 2 minutes left, so I'm going to skip the last few questions here, and we'll use them next week.
Save them for next
Sorry,
week.
guys. But also, I'm going to save that one, too. I wanted to talk about that giveaway at the American Muscle Car Museum on April 26th, did it say?
Yeah,
Saturday.
April 26th.
They're giving away a 74 GTX, bright orange, gorgeous car. And I think it's only like $30 to get in.
It used to be 50.
Okay, maybe it is.
And I think 25. Then maybe it was 25, and you get five for 100.
Oh, okay.
But it's the Alzheimer's Barbecue and Car Drawing. They've been doing this for years. It's going to be at the Muscle Car Museum on Saturday.
Right, the 26th.
26th. And you don't have to be present, but they do. If you go online to the Muscle Car Museum, you'll be able to see the actual drawing on there because they do it online.
Wow. They
do it all online. It's a beautiful car. It's an orange GTX. It looks really nice.
Yeah, I'm not big on GTXs, but it's a good-looking car.
Yeah, it's a ground-up restoration.
Yeah.
So anytime you could do that, it looks good.
Those tickets, they give you access to the back room.
Correct.
You can see all those cars out there.
Because it's a regular barbecue.
How many millions is out there now?
Jesse's got a picture of it up on the screen there.
It's a beautiful car.
Yeah, it's a nice-looking car.
Yeah.
If they did it, it's done right.
Yep. So then we get, like we talked about earlier, we got the Dunkin' Donuts car show
this weekend
in the Atlantic, right? April 19th from 8 to 12. There's usually 200 to 300 cars there.
Yep. I was at the month before this. I missed this past one.
It's always a good turnout up there.
Yeah, very good.
And then our buddy Craig Waskow is having his Father's Day car show, the 14th annual Father's Day car show, Sunday, June 15th, 2025, from 10 to 2 at the Vero Beach Elks Lodge,
right,
1350 26th Street.
Okay.
All right.
We're Classic Car Radio. Thanks very much for listening. We're on WAXE, the Patriot Radio, 104.7 FM, 1370 AM, and we are out of here.
Yeah.
See ya.
And listen to us on the Patriot. Yeah.